Ubisoft has been hacked again for not the second time in the past week, but now a third time. But before we even get to that, we need to go back to the beginning, how it started. This is Insider Gaming on December 28th. And I covered this in a previous video. Ubisoft hack is reportedly blown way out of proportion, say sources. Turns out it wasn't, because this is something that they cannot seem to slow down. A recent slew of claims about a series of hacks and breaches at Ubisoft have been blown way out of proportion, according to people familiar with the events that have unfolded the past couple of days. Various rumors and claims of a Ubisoft breach began after the company shut down Rainbow Six Siege servers, following a hacker who gifted players a combined 399,960,000. That's a lot of zeros in in-game currency. According to sources familiar with the breach, Ubisoft intends to perform a rollback to undo this change. And again, I'm not going to go through this whole story because this happened last week. And I said at the time when I covered it, don't listen to Ubisoft when they tell you it's fine, they have it under control, nothing to see here, no problems, because of course that's lip service. They're trying their best to sweep this problem under the rug. So the next day, Grums, the Rainbow Six hack is from the Ubisoft data breach of its MongoDB servers. Looks like they got source code, nearly everything, and are now taking a joyride through Ubisoft's games. Ubisoft faces the challenge of a recent cyber attack. Ubisoft was a victim of MongoBleed. An unknown threat actor has exfiltrated the source code to basically every single Ubisoft product dating back to the 90s. This includes their software development kits, middleware, Uplay, RDV, etc. No customer data was stolen. Based on information I've received about the latest series of Ubisoft goofs, the individual responsible for the string of compromises have not targeted user data. It appears a bunch of stinky, probably autistic gamer nerds did something and took Ubisoft and Rainbow Six Siege on a metaphorical joyride, just doing it for the memes and to be a menace. That was the first couple times it was getting hacked. Then we had Pirate Nation on January 4th. Breaking: Ubisoft Rainbow Six Siege compromised again. Hackers accessed internal tools, issuing 67-day harassment bans to players and streamers. Current status: global outages across PC, PS4 and 5, and Xbox. No official Ubisoft statement on this breach. Rollbacks expected. Now, something before I even go further on this that I found curious is how Ubisoft's social media account for Ubisoft proper, their official account, has said absolutely nothing about this. They've not covered it. They have not retweeted Rainbow Six Siege. They have not informed anyone of anything officially through any kind of PR official release or anything like that. Again, they're hoping they can just sweep this under the rug. And if it was just the one, maybe they would have been able to do that. If it was just the two, maybe they would have been able to do that. Today, January 5th, 2026, Pirate Nation. Rainbow Six has been hacked for a third time. Hackers in Rainbow Six can now ban you and type custom messages right into your game. Ubisoft is so fooked. Kudos smells, snuffles, uwu, or meow to play the game. The middle of the end of Ubisoft. Just a matter of time, I suppose. I'm telling you, this is so bad. Ubisoft proper has not said anything about these hacks. They're trying to sweep it under the rug. But I will say, you know who isn't silent about this? The official Rainbow Six Siege account, who took to X and said, if you received a ban notification between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time on January 4th, this was not official and can be disregarded. Note that receiving these false notifications does not result in a ban. The esports blue banner has also been temporarily disabled following reports of unofficial messaging. With the team back at full capacity, we are working on resolving recent issues, not hacks. Guys, don't worry. They're just issues, not hacks. Oh, thank God. I was worried for a second there. Trusted Ubisoft, guys. Trusted them. Nothing. They're not going to steer you wrong. Issues such as synchronization errors and server disconnects. Thanks for robbing me of my credits. 445 plus 600 equals 934 to Ubisoft, that is. Something, by the way, before I keep going, I found very curious. So when I was doing research on the Rainbow Six Siege account, I noticed Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Games, the official Rainbow Six X account, them. Why does an official corporate account for a military video game have pronouns? I mean, I guess you don't even have to limit it to that. Just why does any official account for a game have pronouns? You're a game, not a person. They, them? What? For esports, follow Rainbow Six Esports. So the server is completely boned. The people working there, completely boned. Coming back from the holiday, clearly had skeleton crew working at Ubisoft Rainbow Six to try to implement fixes on this. And we're struggling mightily. Now the team is back there in full force, quote unquote. Theoretically, they'll be able to do something, but it doesn't really instill any confidence in me. It's from GameIndustry.biz. Ubisoft was forced to intentionally take Rainbow Six Siege offline during holiday hack. Now, to be clear, this is the most up-to-date article, and this is talking about the second hack. This is not, I found it eerily suspicious that no official outlets reported on the third hack that came out today. You would think that this would have been a major story that they'd be talking about. And especially because this is finally when Rainbow Six actually acknowledged that there's an issue. Today, they finally said something. But no stories from any of the mainstream media outlets. Makes you wonder. Its service status page still warns of unplanned connectivity, authentication, in-game store, and matchmaking issues. Ubisoft's tentpole shooter, Rainbow Six Siege, is still struggling after a hacker group forced the publisher to take it offline over the holidays. Its service status page still warns of an unplanned connectivity authentication. And when you click on it, the link you clicked on is malformed. Contact the editor of the original page. Things are going great over at Ubisoft, according to the link here that they provide. After hackers reportedly banned and unbanned thousands of accounts, reinstalled the ban feed, and gave $2 billion in credits and renown to each player, as well as all available premium skins, the development team intentionally shut down the game and its online store while it investigated, promising no players would be penalized for spending any of the erroneously allocated funds. The team rolled back all transactions that occurred during the hack and initiated a soft invite-only relaunch on December 29th. Now, one thing that I was curious about when this was happening is, what about the people that had no idea that this hack was even taking place, and they were like buying credits and using them during it, on top of credits being distributed to them, and then they're rolling back the servers? Does that mean they're refunding every single person that purchased anything in the game for an entire 24 to 36 hour period? And if that's the case, that I feel like that would be a lot of money. I mean, it's Ubisoft, so maybe not that much, but still makes you wonder. After quote unquote closely monitoring the game after bringing it back online, Ubisoft thanked players for their patience as it investigated the cause of these known issues and ensure the whole community can get back to playing Siege. At the time of writing, there's been no further public information about the third-party hack, but Ubisoft did confirm that an official Rainbow Six Shield Guard ban wave did occur, but it is not related to this incident. So another issue on top of the unrelated incident here happened with this. At some point, you got to ask yourself, like, what is Ubisoft doing? How How bad can one company be when it comes to security? Holy crap. This is insane. This is insane. And maybe it's because he's throwing the dog at me. Maybe it's because most gamers look poorly at Ubisoft these days, so inherently they're more targeted than any other company. But I can't help but think that it goes hand in hand with the DEI hires and the people that have incompetence and no idea with what they're doing behind the scenes, putting these servers together. And then people are giving their credit cards, buying items, and giving their passwords to this company and being like, sure, I trust you. It's a major AAA game company that has billions of dollars in debt. They won't do anything wrong to me. I'm sure we can trust them with our personal info. Thankfully, by the way, that the hackers look to be just joyriders and not have ill intent, because if they did, this could have been disastrous, like more than it already is. Which is saying something, because they've been hacked 3 times in about a week on the same game with the same people. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. I do find it very curious that none of the major outlets are reporting on the third one that happened today, by the way. Very curious. Keep an eye on that. And I'll keep you guys posted on when the fourth one happens. Probably set your watch to it tomorrow or the next day. But for now, I'll leave that there.